Alright, so what happened to my pond is that I didn't have enough plants, first off, nowhere near enough plants, and I didn't have enough diversity, meaning enough microorganisms and bacteria. We want to fix this by getting rid of the monoculture. How do we do this? Well, you're going to have to add a lot more diversity, biodiversity, just like my other video explains. We're going to add in a bunch more old leaves that are from the river. I'm going to seed the pond with these dead leaves. Again, we're using nature to solve our problems, not chemicals and medications and different things like that, like algicide. As Father Fish says, we want to add more dirt to our tank. So I started by taking half the water out and then filling it with distilled water. Only distilled. And no chemicals I added in here like dechlorinator. So quick 50% water change with distilled water. Next, I grabbed my plants. Only a few extra plants here. I have to still add some more. I'll probably add some more Java ferns and possibly Anubias in there. I want it to be almost like 90% planted. Next, I went to my local river or any body of water that looks healthy and doesn't smell foul or anything like that. And I grabbed dead leaves from the river that fell in from trees. You gotta make sure it's actually in the river. So all these dead leaves that I collected, they have fallen off of trees and they have blown into the river. So you want to collect a good handful of them. This is where you're going to get all your natural bacterias and fungi and good stuff to add more diversity into your tank. It's going to look a little cloudy after you add all your leaf litter and stuff that you've collected from the pond or river or any local body of water. Again, this will settle down in a couple days and look clear again. And then I also grabbed a house plant, a parlor palm that I already had, washed off the roots and to make it hydroponic. But you got to make sure when you're doing this you're washing off the roots in distilled water only. So fill up a bucket, rinse off the roots, try to get as much of the soil off as possible. Now make sure that when you're rinsing off your hydroponic medium, your pebbles, your clay pebbles, that you cover your face like I'm doing with my shirt, or I use a mask because it has this dust that comes off of it that you definitely do not want to inhale. So be very careful when washing off your clay pebbles. After that, I put my parlor palm in a net pod and packed the clay pebbles around it. And then I assembled it to my pond using a bolt and a nut. So this is to help with block a bit of the sun and maybe cut down on the algae a bit. It also is going to absorb nitrates and different things, just like aquatic plants will do. And that's the finishing product. So we'll check back in a couple of weeks. I'll make an update video on it to see how it's cleared up. I'm also thinking of throwing some snails in there to help clear up the algae. So that's it for now. See you later.